I went down into the depths looking for gold. Not out of romance or thrill, but because this location had already been marked on the map. Coins had been found here before. Not legends, not rumors. Real discoveries confirmed by multiple dives. That's exactly what you see on the thumbnail. Gold on the seabed, and a shadow beside it. But the problem is that at the moment I became certain the gold was really there, I was no longer alone. By the end of this video, you'll understand what revealed its presence, and why I realized it too late. This place has been known among divers for a long time. A sunken object, presumably a merchant vessel. Nothing unique. Currents, silt, fragments of wood, remnants of cargo. There are dozens of such points on the map. Gold had been found here before. Not chests or movie-style treasures, just individual coins, jewelry, fragments. So the goal of the dive was simple and clear. Confirm the find and document it carefully. But there is a rule people rarely say out loud. If gold lies untouched for too long, it almost always means someone never came back. At the time, I didn't think about that. At first, everything looked normal. Corals, fish, small life moving calmly through the flashlight beam. The seabed wasn't empty. On the contrary, it was alive. But the longer I watched, the more clearly I noticed something was wrong. The silt between the corals lay too evenly, too neatly for this depth and this current. Normally, life constantly disturbs the surface. Fish lift particles, crabs leave tracks. The water is never completely still. Here, it was different. Fish avoided certain patches. Corals grew around the edges, but in the center remained a smooth, untouched surface. I lightly brushed the silt with my hand. It rose slowly, heavily, and almost immediately settled back down, as if it hadn't been disturbed in a long time. Life around me continued, but that was exactly what made the scene more unsettling. As if the seabed were divided into zones, living ones, and those left untouched. This is an important moment that's easy to miss. When an ecosystem behaves selectively, it almost never happens by accident. And that's when I first caught myself thinking that I was looking in the wrong direction. A bit later, you'll understand which sign I noticed back then and failed to take seriously. The coins appeared suddenly, not in a pile, not in one spot, scattered as if placed carelessly, or, on the contrary, too deliberately. This is the moment when the mind plays a dangerous trick. It says, the goal has been reached. You start thinking about how to document the find, how not to stir up too much silt, how to finish the dive properly. And it's exactly at this moment that you stop paying attention to what's happening beyond the flashlight beam. I did the same. And then something happened that doesn't appear on any map and isn't written in reports. It wasn't an attack. There was no sudden movement, no splash or shadow you usually expect in stories like this. There was a sense of scale. As if the space around me was no longer empty, as if the water had become denser, as if something large was very close, but in no hurry to reveal itself. Large deep-sea creatures don't act abruptly. They don't need to scare you. They don't need to show themselves. It's enough for them to simply be there. And then I saw movement. Not a shape, not an outline, but a displacement of water that cannot be confused with a current. In that moment, everything came together. I realized it had been there the whole time. It didn't arrive, it didn't swim in, it didn't emerge from the darkness. It was just waiting. The gold wasn't bait for me, it was bait for others. For those who focus on the goal and stop seeing their surroundings. That's why it had remained untouched. I didn't take the gold, not because I was afraid, but because I understood that the price here isn't measured in coins. I turned around slowly. No sudden movements, no attempt to rush. And only when the distance between me and the find increased did the water begin to come alive again. The background returned. Small movements appeared. The space felt normal again. The gold stayed where it was. And now a question for you. Would you keep collecting the gold, or would you leave the moment you realized you weren't alone? Subscribe if you care about stories where the most important thing is not the discovery itself, but what it reveals.